Junbert Pabon from the Philippines. I am a Messengers of Peace hero of the World Organization of the Scout Movement and one of the 12 Kofi Annan changemakers of the Kofi Annan Foundation. My project is focused in giving second chances to the children in conflict with the law. These children are ages 15 to 18 years old who have committed crimes under the Philippine laws, and they are being placed in a detention facility. Once they enter the detention facility, these children fall into the cracks of a systemic issue of the society, which deprive them of a lot of opportunities and needs, including their most basic needs like mental and emotional needs. And in 2016, seeing the issues firsthand, I created and started a program called Holistic Development Program for Children in Conflict with the Law, which aims to empower and to rehabilitate children in conflict with the law through different holistic and transformational activities. Throughout the years, this has been very beneficial in the reintegration of the children in conflict with the law back into their communities so that they could also become productive members of their own communities. And it has positively impacted the lives of these children in becoming better versions of themselves. And this year, in the wake of the COVID-19 pandemic, there were new problems that has resurfaced in Social Development Center, and after a series of needs assessment and consultation with the local government unit, we redesigned my program into focusing into two main key areas, which is the livelihood project and the psychosocial support, which is a one-on-one approach to help the children in conflict with the law. And my vision for this program is to be able to replicate this program into various rehabilitation centers in the Philippines, and hopefully in the future we could have this program be part and be a nationwide recognized program in the rehabilitation of the children in conflict with the law. My first volunteer work inside the Social Development Center was the moment that triggered my passion to create a difference in the lives of these children in conflict with the law. Seeing the issues firsthand inside the rehabilitation centers and seeing that these children do not receive the same opportunities I receive outside the Social Development Center, and knowing that I have the capacity to help them was really the turning point for me to create a program. After talking to these children, every time you conduct these activities with them, and you would see how their eyes light up, and you will see that these children are normal. They're ordinary children who have also dreams and goals in life. You realize that there's nothing wrong with them at all. We must not brand them as criminals. And these children, when we brand them as criminals and we punish them, we actually remove the accountability to adults who must safeguard them, and we are removing the accountability to institutions that must protect them. So my commitment to peace advocacy and my work for children in conflict with the law has just grown over the years after immersing with them and seeing the problems that are happening inside the Social Development Center. I think the most pressing issue that we must address as a global community is really climate change. I see that we can't move further with other advocacies like peace if we don't have a livable world anymore. Like in the Philippines, I've noticed that typhoons are getting stronger, floods are more frequent. And as a country that is most vulnerable to climate change, I see that it's really hard to pursue other advocacies if you're seeing families being sunk in flood and families that are suffering in typhoons months, years after years. And I think this is a great lesson and a reminder as well that it's really important that we continue to safeguard and to protect our environment for other generations to come. I think first is to be able to have a program a rehabilitation program that would really help the children in conflict with the law, and making sure that each children are not placed in a detention facility are not being punished but are nurtured. And I think that one also of my goals as a person in my lifetime is, being able to live happily and being able to see that other generations after my generations are living, are thriving, and are progressing, because people now are doing their best to contribute in these causes to make this world better every day than we have found it. I see so much hope that humanity will still survive, but I think we don't have a lot of time if we remain complacent and a spectator of the societal ills that are currently happening in our world. My message to the people who are in control of corporations and governments is to think multi-generational and learn how to listen. First is they must be able to think and redirect their actions towards creating a common goal and creating better societies for generations and generations to come. And I think we can only do that, or they can only do that, if they set aside self-interest. So I think it's important that they focus on creating they focus their actions into a common goal. And second, they can only do it if they learn how to listen to the people, especially in vulnerable countries and vulnerable communities who are greatly suffering the problems of, in the societal ills of the world. And they must be able to see what is really happening on the ground, and they can only empathize to these people if they learn how to listen and to really go there and see what's really happening. And I think if they can do it, they can create a more inclusive and sustainable actions for everyone. I think there are two things that I want to say to the people who wanted to help me. First is, people can help if they allow themselves and if they believe in themselves that they have the capacity to also contribute into peace advocacies, even just small projects in their own community. I think that collectively, as a global movement, if we continue to do small actions in every communities, we could create a huge difference in this world. And second is, I think it's important to raise awareness and to also share our knowledge that there are situations like the children in conflict with the law inside the Social Development Center in the Philippines that are happening, and it's real. And it's important that we continue to spread these awareness, to gather more support from different individuals and groups, to prioritize also the needs of the children in conflict with the law. And I think that if we as individuals continue to raise these awareness in helping these children, we could be able to help one child, and we could be able to help one rehabilitation at a time, and we will make sure that we don't leave a child behind.